Hello again, Michael Ware with the Iowa Firearms Coalition. We have today a special. So, for any of you that are Thomas the Tank Engine, Thomas the Train fans, you'll know what a special is. So, joining us today, Gabe Lands with Black Flag Arsenals. You've got kids, don't you?
I do, yes.
And you know what Thomas the Tank Engine is, and you know what specials are, don't you?
He's a helpful engine, yes.
He is. Okay, let's cut right down to it. We've got Black Flag on. They've been a trusted partner for the Iowa Firearms Coalition for a number of years. Go to iowafc.org. Check out the trusted partners. They are people who are helping you, so help them. Now, with that, it's a special ask today, so pay close attention. You've got an announcement. I'd like to hand this over to Gabe for just a second. Then I've got some questions I'd like to ask. But Gabe from Black Flag Arsenal, tell us what's on the docket here. We've got a special announcement, so let us have it.
Yeah, so there's quite a bit to discuss, but I'll try and keep it short here.
Okay.
We were planning to do this a little bit differently, but due to how things have developed outside of our control, we're kind of just trying to get out there in front of people and get the word out as fast as possible. We have announced a project as yesterday. It's called the Vanguard. It's something that we've been kind of working over the last year to develop and put into practice, and it's going to be awesome. Nothing short of that. It's a 128-acre shooting facility, about 35 minutes southwest of the metro on all highway to get there. It's going to have everything from a 1,000-yard shooting range, an indoor shoot house, simunition shoot house, let me say that, and multiple 25, 50, 100-yard bays, probably a couple of 200-yard dedicated zeroing bays, things like that, 2 to 3 story elevated shooting platform, and a separate long-range shooting section that won't quite be out to 1,000 yards. I think it'll be like 500-600 yards, somewhere around there, and a little bit more. I don't have to go into all the details with it, but that's kind of the high points of it, at least. And it's going to be a membership-based facility, and we already own the land. One of our partners currently owns it, but it's not going anywhere, and it's going to be part of the business once we get all the approvals and things set up and done. So right now, we haven't said much about it the last year to anybody. We did that for specific reasons, which was we had set up a range before, and we had a signed purchase agreement on some property in Madison County as well. And at the at the request of some law enforcement agencies, they had come to us asking if we had or would be willing to put up a range where they could use to qualify their officers, because at the time, Camp Dodge, their shooting range is down, which at the time we didn't realize this, but a lot of law enforcement agencies around the area use Camp Dodge to qualify their ranges there, as well as their shoot house there. But there's a lot of red tape and things that are not so convenient about using that range when they're there. And since then, another one of the indoor shooting ranges has shut down in Des Moines, unfortunately. And the availability of ranges has only gotten less since then, not more, just due to soldiers returning home from deployments, things like that. So we're trying to fill a need with a range, not just for civilians, but also law enforcement, to augment them, to provide a need, and do it in a professional and world-class manner if we can. So, but the reason why we didn't announce it was originally that first project fell through after we had kind of departments lined up, ready to hit the ground running, ready to go shoot. And we were going through the approvals process. We thought we were about done. And then the DNR basically torpedoed it, because they said, oh, hey, we found this map, and it says 25% of the property is a wetland. And so you can't shoot over a wetland or into it or basically do anything with it. So we had to torpedo the project. So we didn't want to get people's hopes up. We didn't want to hype it up and be those guys where, hey, did it once, oh, now they're saying they have something again. And then if something were to happen, doesn't fall through, then, oh, it's just, rinse and repeat. We don't want to be those guys. So we're trying to keep it close to the chest, just so we didn't put the cart in front of the horse. It wasn't trying to be sneaky. It was just trying to make sure when we go public, we're operating from a position of certainty, and we think that's prudent and reasonable from our end.
Sure.
Yeah, so that's the facility, and now we're kind of going public because next week, Thursday, March 19th at 6:30 is the Zoning and Planning Committee meeting, where they're going to vote to either recommend us to the Board of Supervisors for approval or not. And so we've had some resistance from local property owners, mainly, and understandably, you know, some of them are kind of surprised by it, and we can understand that. But regardless, if this is something that people want to see come to fruition in the state as an option, and everything else it can bring as far as PRS shooting goes, competitions, training abilities, night vision shoots, things like that, all sorts of fun stuff that we plan to do, then we need everyone's support to come out to this meeting and show that, hey, this is really something that people want. So it's going to be Thursday, March 19th, 6:30 p.m. in Winterset. 201 West Court Avenue is the address of the building. It's going to be in the bottom level of that building. I've never been there personally, not yet, so I can't give much better directions than that. Our best recommendation, though, is to show up early. There's probably going to be quite a few people there. We're expecting to be packed house if the new Pioneer Gun Club meetings were anything, any sort of example to go off of. So,
sure.
I think that's kind of the short and skinny of it, at least, Mike.
Okay, well, okay. So let me ask you this. So let me summarize. Black Flag has got has a new venture, an additional venture. You have this isn't your first rodeo. The first range didn't quite come to fruition, and we want to make sure that this one does. So your ask from us is to do exactly what? I mean, it looks like you've got a fork in the road. You need one of two things. So tell us exactly what you want.
Well, if people can find it at the time of their day to come physically to the meeting next week in Madison County at the Annex building at 6:30, that would probably be the biggest ask that we have. And we know that's, you know, asking a lot of people, especially if you're, you know, from across the state or somewhere else. But if you still, excuse me, if you're from across the state or you live further away where it's not quite practical, then you can call the Board of Supervisors. You can call the Zoning and Planning Committee of Madison County, and you can voice support that way. We just ask that people do it politely, professionally, cordially, and just, you know, state why you would like to see something like that come to fruition. You can also email them if you want to write a letter too, if that's something people would do. Any and all of those things would be probably the most impactful things that they could do right now.
Okay, fantastic. This is this is simple. This is short. You're saying, hey, we have the opportunity to come full circle on a fantastic range facility located not too far from Des Moines at all. Lots of fine attributes. It sounds like really, really great stuff. But there are hurdles associated with this. And the only way to get where we'd like to be is for people who want to see this to show up and say, yes, this is what I'd like. Let's take this to the next level and explore. I think it's fantastic. This is grassroots advocacy. And having known you guys, I mean, yes, I'm a little biased, but having known you guys for a few years now, I like to do business with people who are conscientious, people who are decent and courteous and run quality businesses. So I will want to see Black Flag excel. I want to see you guys thrive. I want to see you turn around and hand these kinds of things forward and pay it forward to customers. So this is a very easy thing for me personally to say yes to. So we're hoping that other people do that. So again, if you can support these people in person, you need to be there. If you can't be there, and there's not a remote attendance option, I don't think that there is, then you need to make your voice known ahead of time. And so there's a ticker going across the bottom of the screen. Gabe, why don't you tell us one more time where to go, when, and if we can't be there, how do we do it? And then we'll wrap up.
So the place to be is going to be the Madison County Annex building, which is at 201 West Court Avenue in Winterset, Iowa. That's Thursday, March 19th at 6:30 p.m. is when it's going to start. And again, we recommend if you're wanting to be there and speak in support, probably get there pretty early because we're expecting a packed house. You know, there's seems to be maybe it's surprising, maybe it's not so surprising, but it seems to be a pretty charged topic. And so there's going to be, I think, a lot of people speaking on both sides in support and against. But either way, we just want people to come, and if we have earned even just a little bit of brownie points with it to where you'd be willing to do that, we'd be extremely grateful. And I think that would help us to get this over the hurdles of approvals, because once we have approvals, then we're going to be putting pedal to the metal and trying to break ground and get berms up and clubhouse construction going and everything, and try and make this thing come to fruition as fast as we can. We've been working on the roadmap for the last year, and we think we got a pretty good handle on it.
I'm excited. I think this sounds fantastic, but nothing's done until it's done. So we need everybody's help. Thank you for taking a few moments to come on and visit with us, Gabe. Again, Black Flag Arsenal and the new venture that they'd like to see come full circle, the Vanguard Shooting Facility. All of this sounds really good, and it doesn't work if people don't engage first in order to make it possible. And then, should things move forward, then we want to see people come and use the facility. I am excited. I'm ready for it. But everybody needs to engage, and we'll see what comes next. Gabe Lance from Black Flag Arsenal, thank you. Everybody, listen to me. Act. Don't sit on your hands and figure somebody else is going to make that call for you. Don't sit around with your feet up and saying, I didn't really want to go into town that night and go sit in one of those places and smell the guy beside me. Wrong. Go smell the guy beside you. Go do this. Help out. Be part of the solution instead of sitting around and being part of the problem. Gabe, thank you. We'll look forward to everybody's participation and a positive outcome. Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you, Michael, and thanks everybody out there for your support. We really appreciate you all.
Thank you.